Hey everyone! Ooh, there's the bell. All right. Let's get started. So what we're looking at here today, we're actually going to start with your entrance slips. So let me bring that up here. Here we go. All right, lesson 2 here, proportional relationships. So again, we're in our Unit 1, Topic 8, entrance slips. And what we were looking at, what they're asking us to do is to figure out if they are proportional. Okay, we're going to hear this word a lot. And we're going to hear a lot of synonyms that go along with it as well. So the first thing we want to make sure that we are aware of here is the fact that, hey, we want to know if they are proportional. That means that they're going to have a constant. All right. A constant is we use the letter K to represent constant. How do we figure out the constant? Well, we always take the y coordinate and divide it by the x. As long as we get the same number each time, we've got ourselves a constant. So there's my y, there's my x. We're always going to put the y on top and the x on the bottom and divide. So if I take the 5 over the 15, all right, it's a fraction. Okay, so let's simplify it. You get 1/3. Okay, let's do the next number, the 8 and the 24. So if I take the y coordinate, put it on top of the x coordinate, and simplify it, I get 1/3. Take the next one, the y coordinate on top of the x coordinate, I get 1/3. The y coordinate, put it on top of the x coordinate, I get 1/3. And the last one here, the y coordinate on top of the x coordinate, I get 1/3. Okay, woo, congratulations, we've got ourselves a constant. So when we write out our equation is going to be y equals 1/3 x. Remember, that's how we figure out the constant. We take y and we divide it by x, and then we use that in our equation. What that's going to allow us to do is solve for other equations. Okay? That's what we are dealing with here. So let's go a little bit more, all right, just so we can kind of see what's going on. We do always need to make sure it works in all situations, not just some of them, all right? So if we go down to question number 3 that's down there, the third one, again, to find the constant, we do y and we divide by x. You can see your y coordinate, you can see your x coordinate. So the first one, it would be 4 over 2. Simplify that, we get 2. Okay, so the main thing is, do we get 2 every time? Well, all right, let's speed this up a little bit. 12 divided by 6, 2. 16 divided by 8, 2. 20 divided by 2, 2. 22 divided by 12? No, 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 no. All right. Oops, I'm sorry. Not 2. All right. So there is no constant, which means we cannot write the equation. All right. If we go back up to the previous one that's there, hey, each time, again, y divided by x. So every time we do that, 7 on top of the 1, 7. 14 divided by 2, 7. 21 divided by 3, 7. 7, 7, 7. Woo! We do have a constant. Equation y equals 7x. So that's the basics here of what we're dealing with. What we're focusing on here today on the classwork then is using that formula that we've got coming up with it, because it's not always going to be nice and friendly numbers. So take a moment, pause the video if you need to. Go ahead, get yourself into your classwork. All right, we are in lesson number 2. Again, pause if necessary. That's there. All right, here we go. So they're letting you know that the ratio of the cups of cranberry, all right, um, cranberry to apple is 3-5. So because cranberry comes first and the 3 comes first, there we go. The apple comes second, so the 5 comes second. So when you fill out a table, we can just do repeat addition. All right, and that's going to ensure that we do have our constant that's here. 3, 6, 9, 5, 10, 15. The reason why, let's get into it there, why are these quantities proportional? All right, I'm going to tell you right now, they are, because they're going to have the same constant. You might be like, whoa, how do you know that? Well, I know it because I did repeat addition, but let's prove it. All right, so take the y coordinates and divide by the x coordinate. Check it out, check it out. It tells you right there that the cranberry is the x, the apple is the y. Remember, you need to take the y coordinate and the x coordinates. So just don't look at the picture and be like, well, look at that, the 3. No, 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 no. I know the 3 is on top right now, but the x coordinate has to go on the bottom that's down there. So we get 5 over 3. can't simplify it, so we'll hit the brakes there. Next guy, again, the y coordinate, all right, 10 on top of the x coordinate, 6. I simplify it. I can divide them both by 2. Hello, 5/3. And the last one there, again, the y coordinate top there, simplify it. Let's divide them both by 3. And yes, we get 5/3. So why are these quantities proportional? They all have the same constants. All right. That's the upgrade in vocabulary that we're using here. All right, let's go a little bit further down the road. Um, oops, oops. There we go. Okay, so using your table, form the y equals kx. Right, write an equation. Okay, so this is what's nice. It's automatic, people. No thinking, no analyzing, no, well, what are we doing each time? What do you do to get from a 3 to a 5, a 5 to a 3? No, 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 no. We've got it. We're done. We know the constant. The constant's 5/3. Write it down. Y equals 5/3 x. Show's over. We are done. Again, we're upgrading your knowledge here. All right. No more elementary school kind of, well, what up with this and this? I do this. No, 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 no. Buy into it, people. Buy into it. All right. Using your equation. This is the thing, people. If it says use your equation, you need to start off by using your equation. So write it down. Y equals 5/3 x. Says how much cranberry juice would you need if the amount of apple is 45? Okay, if the apple is 45, let's go back up to your table. Let's go back. Oh my goodness, let's go back up to your table. Oh, dizzy. All right, go back up your table. Apple is 45. Look at the apple that's up here. Look at the apple. All right, the apple. The apple is the y coordinate. That's the y. So because the apple is the y coordinate there, the y information, that's what we're going to plug it in at. So instead of y, you're going to plug in, and now you're going to solve your equation. See, this is what we got to get you to do. We've got to upgrade here, not trying to put stuff into the table and figure it out, because it's not going to be clean here, people. It's not always going to be friendly. So we'll multiply both sides by 3/5. All right. Oh my goodness. You see that cross division that's there? All right. Da, 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 da. Yep. 27 we get. All right. So we get that 27 of cranberry juice there. Again, using your formula. Let's try the next one, or using your equation, excuse me. So using your equation, how much apple juice would you need if the amount of cranberries is 45 cups? Okay, so again, we're using our equation that's there, which is y equals 5/3 x. Notice what happened this time. This time they gave me the cranberry. They're telling me the cranberry is 45. You go back up into your table, the cranberry. The cranberry is, yeah, it's the x, which means y equals 5/3 times. Look at that, people. We don't even need to solve the equation. We just need to do 5/3 times 45. We trust the equation. It's going to tell you what to do. Little cross division here. How about a 1? How about a 15? Yeah, 75. All right. So there we go. There we go. Again, using your equation. All right. Last one that we've got going on over here. Using your equation, how much apple juice would be needed if the cranberry is 17? Okay, let's go back to this here. Using your equation. All right, let's get your equation down. Y equals 5/3 x. And they're telling you the cranberry is 17. Okay, the cranberry is 17. Well, the cranberry is 17. The cranberry was the X. Go back up to your table. It's labeled X. So, y equals 5 times 17. There's no cross division here. So we're just going to multiply across and be done with it. There's a 3 down there. 17 times 5. 7 times 5, 35 times 5, 85. There we go. There we go. So 85/3. Now, because we're talking about cups, we never really hear that when we are baking. So this is one we would like to kind of clean up a little bit. So if you used your calculator, here's the problem. 85 divided by 3, you're going to get 28.3 repeating. We're not going to want decimals here at all. All right. When we're cooking here, it's always fractions, half a cup, third of a cup, that kind of stuff. So you can take your knowledge of what 3 is repeating, or just kind of keep in mind what you've got going on here and do a little bit of division that's here. Yes. Oops, I'm sorry. That shouldn't be 8. That should be 85. All right, so we can definitely do that. 2, 6, There's your 25. How about 8 times? All right, which it should be because I got a 28 over here. I got one left over. So 28 and 1/3. Again, 1/3 because I had a remainder of 1 and I was dividing by 3. I'm trying to get them. So 28 and 1/3 cups. So again, that equation is a big deal here. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to do problem number 2 now. All right. Now, in problem number 2, all right, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to set up your table and you're going to write an equation. Here's what I'm going to have you do, though, just to kind of show you when it comes down to it, because this is part of the discussion of what's going to be. You might be like, well, who's the X and who's the Y? Well, we're actually going to prove to you it actually does not make a difference. You are consistent. So when you set this up here, all right, on one of your tables that's there, all right, 18 inches deep. Sorry about that. When you come back here, all right, here we go. It says he's filling a tub that's 18 inches deep. It takes 2 minutes to fill the tub with 3 inches of water. Okay, so 2 minutes to fill the tub with 3 inches. So we got minutes and we've got inches. We've got 2 and we've got 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill in your table here. All right. Again, you don't need a set amount of numbers. I chose to put 5 there. I guess you could do 4 if you really wanted to. Find your equation. All right. Go ahead, call the minutes X, call the inches Y. Get your equation. All right. And then what we're going to have you guys do is the exact opposite. I'm going to have you flip it around. I'm going to have you do inches first. All right. Inches and then the minutes. You're going to call this X. You're going to call this Y this time. All right. And then so when you set up your particular table, again, 2 is with the minutes. You got to make sure you come up with 2 with the minutes. Now what's going to happen here is this. You're going to get a different equation. But when you use your equation, you're actually going to get the exact same answer. We'll talk about that tomorrow.